Good morning. Good morning. Today's Wednesday, April 29th. And we'll wait for a few more. So this is our pre-market analysis, QOL Trading. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and go on down and you can join our WAP community. It's Discord actually, and it's through WAP, and you can join for free. And if you like what you see there, you can upgrade to our trading room, which we do live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time every day. Special announcement today. It is my anniversary, 31 years, happily married. So another year under my belt. And that's what life is about, quality of life. Anyways, let's get into things right now. I've been mentioning also this week, go to our website, QOL Trading, and you can join our subscription-based newsletter that we put out every Sunday. We put out our 6th edition, and it pretty much goes over the week in review and week ahead. Covers everything from geopolitical turbulence that we have out there to everything that we have going on here in the States. So that's all free. All you have to do is just go on to our website, and you'll put your name and your email address here and click join the QOL circle, and you're good to go. And then as far as joining our Discord community, it'll take you to this this channel right here. When you click the link below, you could join the free access, and then as you are on the community for a while, if you want to upgrade, you can join our trading desk for live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. So that's about it for the housekeeping stuff. So let's get into it today. As far as what we have on the docket for today, Fed funds rate, nobody's expecting any kind of change today. This could be Powell's last time that he's going to be in front of the mic. And then everybody's talking about the new Fed chief, the Fed chair, not being as transparent as Powell has been over the years, and going back to the days of Greenspan, where they kind of put, they didn't do any kind of press conference after they made the announcment. And it was kind of, instead of, being held to what their words were, it was kind of, put out what they were going to do as far as rates. And then it was a guessing game from there on out. So, no news yet on what's happening out there in Iran, so let's just get into it right now. Let's start out with the VIX like we normally do these days. VIX right now, it is still, let's make this a little bigger here. So we're still down here in the consolidating pattern here below the 200-day moving average. Very good. I like that. That's all good for our stocks here below the 200. The 200 is sitting about $18.31. However, we still have these gap downs that are open here. One from the 8th of April at $25.74, and one that's sitting at $30.34 from March 30th. So we'll keep an eye on those. When those fill, then they possibly, if they pop up there, that means the equity prices are pulling back, which I would not be surprised if that happens. Probably, I would say in in May. You'll probably get some pullbacks. I would say, you'll probably finish out April strong, and then maybe you get the pullbacks there. So nobody knows. If everybody had that answer, then everybody would be not have to worry about their levels, fundamentals, and all that other fun stuff. So keep an eye on these levels here. Let's get into the oils. Oils right now are I gotta imagine, even though they're elevated right now, what's happening with Saudi Arabia, pulling out of NATO, I think there's going to be an excess of, I think they were talking about increasing the barrels per day from 3.6 million barrels to 5 million barrels per day. So supply and demand, people, that's going to come down at some point. We are elevated though right now, so watch these levels. If we get through $109 a barrel, we're going to push to this 114.31 dollars per barrel, and then we have that 119.40 dollars per barrel. We are elevated, and by the way, this is Brent crude. This is everything that's happening overseas. And so we are above the 20, which is $100.91 a barrel, and the 50 at $95.03 a barrel. So you would want to, ideally like to see it in between the 100 and the 50. The 100 is sitting down at $79.60 a barrel. So let's see what the crude is doing, which impacts our everything that's happening here in the States. And so we're above 100 right now. So this is not good here for the States, not good for our local, pocketbooks here. So we are, we could definitely approach this level here, $114 a barrel. If you keep rising here, it all depends on what happens out there in the Straits. If they start releasing ships and ships can start flowing smoothly, this is going to fall. It's going to fall off like a cliff, right? So, but right now we have to pay attention to what the market. Somebody said a long time ago, I forgot who it was. Trade what you see, not what you think, right? So even though you think, oh, it should be coming down, what do you see? We're way above these moving averages right now, just like the equities here. So above the 20-day moving average, above $97.17. We're above $100 a barrel as of this morning. Not healthy for here in the States, and you are inching higher right now. So this is, but this is creating a nice little speed zone here too. So we'll see what happens there if the market pulls back. You can see these speed zones. I talk about them all the time. When you have one direction with no one-sided direction, it quickly moves back up and fills it, right? So this big buying spree that's happening in pre-market right now, low volume. We'll see what happens. Every time there's some kind of news that's happening overseas, that'll change pretty rapidly. So not overly concerned about that. But it's all about how long people can withstand buying gas for, right? Because gas prices are definitely creeping higher. So I'm noticing it that's for sure. So we're definitely 25 to $30 higher every time we fill up our car right now. So that impacts a lot of people. So as far as the ES right now, pull backs a little bit, nothing horrible. So it's still kind of in a consolidation pattern. I said yesterday here, this is going to be your line in the sand yesterday, and it certainly was. Still held that 71.45 yesterday. I didn't even look at it after I did our pre-market analysis yesterday. So, but it's crazy how these levels just kind of held out nicely. So still that same line in the sand though. If we lose that 71.45, you're coming down to 7,089. That's going to be your next level right there. And then don't forget about our point of controls that we still have open. We have an open point of control at 70.69.45, and then 70.34.78. And then our beautiful point of control that we have at from the 13th of April at 68.57.77. Why do I call it a beautiful point of control? Is because when you have that big, the big extension from all these moving averages, the 20 is sitting down here at 69.13. I say this all the time. The market gravitates back to these moving averages, right? It's very extended from the moving averages. That being said, you are looking for pullback longs, right? Because you're above the moving averages. So the market is in a bullish pattern, right? So if you fan out here and you look, bullish, right? Bullish pattern here. Doesn't mean it's going to continue to go straight up, right? Not without, it could pull back a little bit, but this is it doesn't get any more bullish than this, right? We talk about as far as what we have on these higher levels right now, starting to create some higher levels right now. So we'll be able to, within the next week or two, we'll be able to mark this 72.23.25 as a level. We still have this extension of the Fibonacci at 127% at 72.36.41. Above that, we've got 161% at 74.85.70. Very attainable. Probably not right away without any kind of pullback, right? But this market is certainly pretty stretched right now. But I think everybody's saying the same thing. I think there's a lot of cash on the sidelines right now waiting for some kind of pullback. But if you look at this, big move on the upside right here, we could be in a consolidation pattern here, right? So this could go on for a few weeks, just staying in between this pattern here without any breakout one way or the other. So I would probably, I'm going to probably give it like another week or so, and then I'll start marking this level here at this 72.23.25. That'll be a level for a high, and then you'll be able to start marking some different levels as the days go on for trading. So
we'll get over into the SPY. And you know, again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel so you can get our weekly, our daily updates when I'm doing our pre-market analysis, and also future videos that I do. And then also hit that thumbs up button so you can like this video, and then join our trading community down below by hitting that link. That'll take you to Discord. SPY, very similar, same thing. Let's start out by giving you a holistic view, almost like you're looking at the ES, right? Same view, right? So let's just break it down here. Same thing. You still have this 127%, 734.01 Fibonacci extension up there. We have open point of control levels that are still open. Same thing I said yesterday, line in the sand, that's 709.01. Didn't quite hit there, but it definitely was holding it strong. So you have 708.4 is that point of control from the 24th. We have point of control levels that I think should be open. Yeah, this right down here. So these levels have not changed, people, because we're in a consolidation pattern right now. So it's not moving anywhere. So every day is sounding the same thing. The levels haven't changed. I haven't touched the screens here, touched these levels. So take a picture of them. We're above the 20. Here, the point of control is still open at 682.26, right in line with the 100-day moving average. If it pulls back to this level, beautiful level to get long. All these other levels are pretty decent levels as well. When you're pulling back to these all-time high levels, very good levels. This midline regressional trend line, October of 2022, right? So these are all great levels to pull back as well, right? So let's get into the NASDAQ, show you the same thing on the NASDAQ as well. Also, don't forget, if there's other things that you want me to cover, want me to give you some other kind of levels, feel free to drop something in the chat, and I will do a review of your levels, and I'll put it in our Discord community, and I'll put it in our levels channel. I started doing that this week. If you guys missed that video I made there, so same thing on the NASDAQ. NASDAQ will pop out here and take a look at the 4-hour. Same thing, almost like you're looking at the ES and the SPY, right? Nice stair stepping higher, consolidation right now. Yesterday, let me get in here, break it down here, 15. I like the 15-minute, is pretty good. So yesterday I said the line in the CN here was 27,130.25. We did drop below that level. So that level was broken here. So watch that level again today. If we could lose that level again today, or within the by next week, and then you come down to this 26,901.75. It's an all-time high from the 17th, so previous all-time high, real close. And then you have, if you lose that level, then you're going to come down here to this low that was from the 23rd, 26,881.75. And then below that, you start popping into these previous all-time highs that were set this month, right? So this is probably the strongest pullback to this previous all-time high, because this was October of 2025, 26,399, and I like to call it maybe 26,400. I'll probably change that number there. So that's a pretty good number there. It's a psychological number, and it also aligns with this regressional trend line here from October 13th of 2022. Still have the open point of control level open here at 25,999. Call it 25,400. 26,000, call that. And then I believe we have one down here. Yep, and it aligns with the 100-day moving averages point of control from the 13th of this month, 25,371.51, and it aligns with the 100-day moving average. So these are decent level pullbacks here. So we're waiting for these levels to pull back. And you know what happens typically? Stuff like this usually opens up down low. Over a weekend or something, some kind of news will happen, and we'll probably come down and hit those levels. That's typically what happens. It usually doesn't do it during the day unless something earth-shattering comes out, which, by the way, you do have Paul speaking today, so he has a tendency to rock the market every time he opens up his mouth. So we'll see what happens. So I'll be glad to see him done with the mic. So actually, same thing yesterday on the Qs. I said the line in the sand, we dropped below it. Very similar as the NASDAQ. Look at it. They're all the same. All these markets are all the same. It's a V-shaped rally here. Boom. Everything. Now we're consolidating here right now. So I'd say this, not sure how strong this 650, 653 level is right now. I like this pullback. If we pull back to this 20-day moving average, ideally this pullback to this point of control level that's open at 614.31. That's a real good spot here, because I think by the time, if it does pull back there, I think all these moving averages may align with it. We know what we see right now, it's definitely aligning with the 100, but I think that as the days move on, I think the 50 will rise up above it, and then the 200 will probably come with it too. So as the days move on, these moving averages will rise with it. And then if they rise with it, and then by the time it comes down, they may give you a lot of confirmation where they all come down here. And the more confluence you have, that's what you want, right? That gives you more confluence to take a trade if the market pulls back to that level. So let's get over to Tesla. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and come on down and join our Discord community by hitting the link below. Let's see here for Tesla. So Tesla, I erased my levels by accident the other day, which is actually a good thing, because there's a lot of noise sometimes when, because sometimes I just make a lot of levels, and as you fan out, it looks so cloudy. It actually gives me an opportunity to clean them up, do some different levels. It looks much better now for me. Point of control levels. We still have some point of control levels up high. Actually, I still have my point of control level sheet here. So we have a point of control level. Let's talk about 455.12. That's from January 5th of this year. 478.39. That's from December, from the all-time highs. We still have this beautiful one at 334.07. I say beautiful one because we still have some distance down there. I've been saying all week, ideally, you want to clean this point of control up below us first before we hit the ones above us, right? Because if we hit the point of control down here, then at least we know, okay, well, the point of control is cleared down here, filled, and then at least we have some targets when things start getting a little better and pushing higher, right? So, but right now it's kind of flat to down, I would say, with what's happening here. So, it was trying to break out onto the upside here. If we break, let's go back to the trading chart, clean this up a little bit. Where are you? Okay. I need chart off, apply on. Okay. That's good. Okay, so you can see right now, we tried to get above this higher end regressional trend line, and I drew this line from the all-time highs of 499.68. And so that was from last year. And so you can see it's just been trending down. Not horribly, if anybody knows Tesla, Tesla can pull back 50%, and then by the end of the year be higher by 10-15%, right? So right now it's kind of consolidating down here. Try to have that pop after earnings, and you can see what happened after earnings right now. So we are sitting in this channel here, and it is below this 382.78, and this 382.78 is a November of 2025 low. Right, and it's respecting that right now, and it's above this 367.71, which is a May of 2025 high. So we're caught in between this channel right now. So I would say watch your breaks here. If you break one way or the other, you have a chance to, if you break this level right up in here, this 385 level, this becomes a speed zone. You're going higher. Same thing on the downside here, though. If you lose this 364.20. I don't see much down here, to save us, until you get down to this 351. You may have a little help with this 351, but there's nothing here, right? So if you lose this level, and ideally, we almost had this filled, this 333.97. We almost had it filled here at the beginning of the month. I really would have liked to have had that filled, but we didn't. So now it's still open for today. So that's one thing you have to watch here. So you have to pay attention right now. It's consolidating here ever since the earnings. And so pay attention to your levels. If you lose these levels, you can use these levels as support. But right now, if you're a disciplined trader, this is a no trade zone right now until you can break through these levels. I mean, look at this. This is, boom, 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 boom. You could trade these levels, if you were trading, and okay, you were smart enough, and you had your discipline to, okay, I'm going to sell short here. I'm going to sell short here. Look at this, is a great level here. I mean, look at what it's done at this level. It's showing us. Let's just go back and showing you. Let's go back. Let's go 90. So here's 90 days. So you can see right here, it broke through that level right here. Great support. Tried to hold it after earnings, and then after earnings, it lost it, right? So this is a fantastic level. Look at, you go back here, and this is how you do your support and resistance levels. You go back and you just follow it back as long as you can, and you see how it responded at these levels, right? Look at this level. This is a fantastic, fantastic level, right? So I love this level on the ups on this 382.78. So if you get above that 382.78 level and it holds, I like that level for support. So you break and hold above the 382.78. I like it. Problem I have is this upper regressional trend line here, and that's sitting here from the all-time highs. So, almost to be safe, you almost want to get above that 388 level to really feel comfortable that you can start making your new highs. On the downside here, if you lose 364, I think you come down to this midline regressional trend line here. This is a good level here. I like this. Come down here to 357.52. If you lose that, 351.25 could give you a little level of support. But I think if you lose that level right here, I think your 333.97 is going to come, right? However, right now, nobody knows, right? So getting back to my comment that I just made earlier, trade what you see, not what you think. So when you see the price action, that's when you're going to be able to identify what trade you're going to take, right? So let's get over to what we're going to do for today. So today, as we said, since January 26th, there's 3 days of weekly expirations. Today's one of them. I'm going to start off in the morning. I'm going to have the 375 calls and the 375 puts. So they're pretty much basically going to be in the money. You can see where they closed. Pretty sweet spot for me as far as the premium price, $4.20 on the call side, $3.20 on the put side. You can see where they close. These two yellow lines, one is a close from yesterday and the other one is a close from the day before. We can, fan out here and identify which is which. So this one right here. So 376.30 is the close from yesterday, and the one just below it is the close. I believe it is the close from the day, maybe Friday. Yeah. So this is the close from Friday. Yeah. So this is yesterday's close, 376.30, and this is close from Friday. So as long as you're below both these closes here, you're not looking long. If you get above these, you can go long, use these as support. As a matter of fact, both these levels are great. So if you could pop above yesterday's close, you could take your long and use your stop from Friday's close, right? Go long here. If you lose Friday's close, you're done. You're out, right? Or take your short here and your stop above, right? Bunch of different ways you can play this, right? So let's look at what we had yesterday as far as the 5-minute opening trade. So we thought we were going to really continue to go yesterday. You had a good pop here. So your range, 372.54, 378.88. You got a pop. I made money on this trade. I was done after that. This is the wrong day because that looked, no, maybe it was yesterday. Yep. So it did not look that wicky in the morning when it was trading. I thought it was a little better than that, but these wicks right here, if I came in and I didn't trade this, I would say, oh my God, what a wicky day, right? So you got to watch what's happening here. So getting back to it, the range 378.88 for the high, and you could have gotten 382. So you could have gotten yourself about $4. How does that translate it? How does that monetize? If you're for every one lot, we're figuring out a 50 cent for every dollar the equity moves. So 40 to 50 cents. So call it a one lot. So if it moved $4, you got $2 on there, right? So you make $200 on a one lot, right? And we're not just trying to trade one lots, people. We're trying to trade as much as large of a lot size as our account can handle. So if you have a big lot, if you have a big account, your process is going to stay the same, and you trade. If you can get yourself up to a $100,000 account, there's no reason in the world you can't trade 50 lot on that account, right? And so if you do the numbers on that, and you trade a 50 lot, and you make 40 cents on a 50 lot, that's $2,000. Your day's done. Your day's done before 9 o'clock, and you're out there playing golf, playing tennis, and enjoying quality life. Hence the name of our company, QOL Trading, which is called Quality of Life, and that's what we want to have. We want to have quality of life, and I'm glad you guys are all tuning in here so we can all work together to have that quality of life. Anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Again, if you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, and then hit that thumbs up button, like this video, and then go down in the description and join our free Discord community. And if you like what you see there, you can always upgrade into our trading desk for live trading from 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time. And also, don't forget, go to our website, QOLTrading.com, and put your name and email address in there so you can get your weekly free newsletter that comes out every Sunday. We've sent out 6 editions already. 7th is coming this Sunday, and people seem to really like it. So hope you guys can do that. If I hope you see you in the Discord room, and if I don't see you there, I'll see you